bang, done. And I'm recording it now. And we're on YouTube, so yay. So hello everyone and welcome to Shooting the Shit 97. I hope I've got that right. It should be right.
Yeah.
Should be right. So yes. I don't have much to talk about really. I have, because the only games that I've played are Overwatch and the one that I was playing before, Shadow Warrior 2. So that's all I've been doing. That's basically it. Playing
well, for
games.
me, I've been playing a lot more of the Stalker franchise, so that's been fun. I also recently got to the part where you get the Cheeky Beaky thing. Unfortunately, the guy didn't bug out in the seat, so that's sad.
I remember these Stalker games.
Started streaming Unturned until Halloween, and then I'm going to be streaming DP, which is not double penetration. It's Deadly Premonition, the director's cut, which is an absolute mess of a PC port, but it's a good game.
But now I'm disappointed.
Oh, I've got that game. It doesn't work.
No, double.
They're upside down.
DP is incredibly bad by default. If you get
the FMV, the FMV's upside down.
Wait, but it works-ish.
I think, is that the game that I tried to play? I got it on Steam for cheap. I heard everyone was going on about it, and
Well, it has the world record for being the most critically indecisive games for God knows when, so...
Yeah, it's Deadly Premonition. Right, okay, so this game, right, I booted it up, and I tried to play it.
It will crash a lot. It will be very, very shitty. If you end up playing it in full screen, to stop it from being incredibly bad with its memory allocation, you have to tab out and tab back in. There's hard crashes at Chapter 7. There's a hard crash at the hospital nightmare section, which is the third nightmare section. And then there is also a save loss crash, and DP Fix can't fix it because for some reason it's actually inside of the port. It's a shit port, and it's one of the few games where I think I've seen Steam reviews saying, get it on a console, it's better.
Right, yeah, but the FMV's actually upside down.
Oh, that's another bug that I think that one can be fixed with the DP Fix, which is a community patch.
Right, so the community can't even fix this game.
The community can fix it enough. It just cannot fix 2 or 3 major bugs because they're actually part of the programming from when it was ported. It was that badly ported. So...
What's even the point of playing? Go through all these hoops. I wouldn't even play the game.
I know, but I didn't know.
DP Fix and edit the DP Fix INI, and then it will mostly work. It's very iffy how it works on some hardware, but it is a great game. It's cult classic easily.
That's worth it though.
So that's what I heard. It was really good, and I seen it on Steam for really cheap, and I thought, yeah, I'll buy it then.
One of my mates who I used to play Payday 2 with gave it to me, and when I got it, I said, the gun controlling is tank controls ×2. You're stuck in place when you, and also have the Resident Evil style vibes of shooting.
Yep.
But it's a great detective horror story, and there's not really that many detective sims, which is what you can even class that into.
Yeah,
so
but
it fills a niche, and it fills it very well.
I tried to play it, and every
console version.
God damn it! Every time I played it, every time I tried, the FMV was upside down, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah. For me, I've mostly had problems with hard crashes at the church. Not church, fuck off. No, that's very late game. At the hospital. That's been my biggest issue with it, as well as me being a little bitch and not really enjoying horror games, even though it's much more of a thriller.
Yeah. So I might try it, but to be honest, I've got loads of other games to play, and I can't be arsed trying to fix one just to play it.
Yeah, it's one of those games where if you can't be bothered to fix it, just skip it. But if you can find it on a console and you have a console, it's recommended to get it over the PC version because the PC.
What console is it on?
So it's basically like Skyrim then.
No, Skyrim's bloody brilliant on the PC once it's fixed.
Yeah, and then
it's
you add
easy.
mods, and then you will never
Yeah.
go back to the original.
Yeah, apparently.
And then you have to pay $50 for the new one.
I got reminded of a little indie game called Ether 1. And when they made a HD re-release of it, they gave everybody who previously bought Ether 1 the Ether 1 Redux. Not Skyrim, because, bitch, they want their shekels.
Well, see, this is what I don't get, right? Why would a PC player buy the HD remake of it when the mods do that anyway?
Because people are...
Exactly. I
It's
mean,
just
like,
some people are more idiotic than others.
Which actually gets me onto another subject. But we'll do that after we talk about this. Yeah, I don't understand why anyone on the PC would buy the enhanced version.
well, if you want to have it on the console, I guess you want to have it on the console.
Yeah, the console version makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, that sort of makes sense. But on the PC, I don't even know why they bothered to release it. They could have just went, nah.
You
Point.
gotta realize that like most of the players of games aren't people who mod. They don't know the technical things behind games. So like most of their audience
Yeah, that is also true.
play the game.
Well, no, but I mean, like, PC players will.
yeah,
like,
I mean
they'll
PC
just-
players. Most PC players are vanilla players. They play the game as it is, as released.
Yeah,
Whereas
and then
with,
mod it
when I was
later on.
playing it, one of my mates said to me, "Are you running this mod for not Clear Skies, Call of Pripyat?" And I said, "No, I want to beat Call of Pripyat normally first, and then I'm going to run the modded version."
Yeah, that's usually what.
But no, with most
I sort of
PC
do.
players, they'll just play it the exact same sort of way as the console players do.
Well,
So-
that's what I done until the mods came out. But
Yeah.
then I had it, so
Well, with
Oh, man,
a lot of
they-
PC players, you've got to remember most of them are fucking normies.
Hello,
It's
sorry,
really
I-
very
I-
Yo.
Oh my god. Hey, Twilight.
Hello.
the Steam. What I like about Steam is the Steam Workshop, because you just click it and it installs all the mods for you.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
And yeah, you got to remember a lot of the mods for a lot of games nowadays are either Workshop or Nexus. And quite a lot of the stuff is for Skyrim that I know of is Nexus. So
Oh yes.
Yeah. And the other thing with Skyrim as well is once you start modding it, you run it for a bit and then go, oh no, it's crashed
No,
after 30 minutes,
what
and you have
happens
to
with-
work out where the conflicts are, and
What happens with Skyrim? It's usually you start modding it, and then you mod it, and then you mod it more and more, and suddenly your mods are more than the actual game.
yeah, and then they
that's one of
break.
the biggest criticisms I actually have against a lot of Bethesda RPGs is it's so recommended to mod it. I question if it's even the game developers should have made a game or just a fucking game engine at that point.
Well,
And
that's
quite frankly, I would honestly say they should have just made a fucking game engine. Because
yeah.
there's a fair
Well,
bit
I
of
mean,
version
hold
mods
on.
as
If
well.
I can interrupt, they did make a game engine, which is the editor, the editor. But they made the game, but they also made the game engine around the game. Like, you know what? Never mind. I just woke up. Give me a sec.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They made the editor.
We
They
know what
made
you
the
mean.
editor and they make
They
it.
should have just made the fucking editor and made people pay for that instead at that point.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
problem
but
is
then-
most casuals wouldn't buy an editor. They buy the whole
Exactly.
game.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't
Always
buy
go
the
for
editor, to be
common
honest.
denominator, which is why EA can make so much big bucks.
To be honest, I wouldn't buy the editor.
No, for such a big game, no.
No, because by the time that actually something's worth playing comes out, like, what's the point? You know what I mean? You would have to buy the editor to
Look at
play the.
Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah, no, but that was really cheap.
Yeah, but Tabletop Simulator is different. Tabletop Simulator works for tabletop games. Those are usually unstructured in a way.
Yeah. Although I do, once I finish the game, I do like to go into the editors and see how stuff works. Not that I'm good at it. Not that I'm good at it, but I just like to go in and see and mess about and maybe do my own wee tweaks and then leave it at that and just play. Like, I don't upload them or anything. I just play them because I just want to. Because most of them are cheaty fucks, like big swords that give you health points and stuff. Because I think that's fun.
At that point, though, I might as well just start using we patched Oblivion glitches, because I can remember having there was a duplication glitch that got patched, but they only patched one version. So
Right.
I was using the scroll duplication glitch, which basically when you duplicate a wing that has an effect on, you put it on, use a scroll, and take it off, and you keep the effect. And I actually had it so I had so many stat boosts when I was in Oblivion itself, I could jump out of the lava map and just walk around nothingness.
Yeah.
The game was fun, but
that's what I used to do with the sword. I used to put special stats, like every time you killed someone or hit someone, it'd steal their hit points and give them to you, or like random shit, like maybe give you more strength and stuff. But only if you actually used the sword to hit people. Like, you couldn't do it without using the sword. And the reason was because there's a book. It's actually where Mornblade name came from. Which is it's a series of books. I can't remember the name.
Wolfquake?
But, no, it's
that was actually my favourite set of books from
it's Elric.
Lore.
Elric's the head main character in it. And there's lots of them. I can't remember what they're called though.
Yeah, there's
a
the
few
one
of them.
going up to version 8, I think, and that's the biggest book we're bringing, and the third book's the hardest to get, but if you can get them all and just have them in the library, it's really entertaining to read them.
Well, his basically the thing is his sword, or his, well, there's two. There's one called Mornblade and one called Stormbringer. Now they're demon swords, right? So there's like a demon inside the sword, and he is a weak. What do you call it? He's got white hair and really pale skin. You know the
High elf?
No, they're actual, like, there's a thing they call it. People can be like that. They just have
albino.
Pure white. Yes,
albino.
He's an albino elf, right? Well, he's elf-like. He's not. They're not quite elves. The race that he is, not quite elves, but very similar. He's a big,
I'll check it out.
massive, tall.
Yeah, that's the high elves.
He's got. Well, this isn't what he is though. It's in this book, in the lore, he's not quite. They're sort of very similar to elves. So.
That's the half orc, half high elf guy.
No, it's nothing to do with elves and stuff. It's totally different races, but it's very similar. Like, you could probably get away with calling him an elf because he's got the pointy ears and stuff. But basically, he was always picked on. Yes, very tall.
Yeah, that's a high elf. They're white skinned.
Yeah, but his race isn't.
Let's just call him Vulcans. Let's call him Vulcans, not elves. Call them Vulcans.
But his race isn't. He's like really tall even for his race, right? And he's got all these features, and the hair, like he was never in with the in group, but he has like connections through his family that should be part of the hierarchy.
Nord?
No, just anyway, right? So there's this sword, Stormbringer. It's forged in chaos. It's a demon sword, and basically he's made an alliance with it. And every time he kills something or gets in fights, it gives him strength. And at this point, he needs to feed the sword so that the sword feeds him and keeps him alive because he's that weak. So he's fucked, right? The sword's fucking evil, right? It basically does whatever it wants. It wants fed, and he needs to feed it to keep himself alive. So he's a bit fucked. But he's also very strong because of the sword. So he's sort of, it's quite good. But yeah, you could imagine the predicaments he gets into. So anyway, that's what the Mornblade is from, because his brother had Mornblade, which is a very similar sword to Stormbringer. at one point they had a fight and he took Mornblade as well, so he killed his brother and took Mornblade. So at one point he had the 2 demon swords. So yeah, that's where the name comes from. Yeah, it screams and goes mental, and it can't physically take shape. It's bound to the sword, so in that realm it can't take shape, but in its demon realm it can. So it's weird, man. It's weird. Yes. Stormbringer's one of the books. Elric of Merleybony is one of the books. There's a few of them. Anyway, so that's usually what I do with Skyrim and RPGs and stuff. I can get into the editor. Usually I make one of these swords, like Stormbringer and Mornblade, and so it gives you health and strength. It's just based off of that. And then I run about killing things. Just for fun.
According to the Wikipedia article, in popular culture about Stormbringer, in the Elder Scrolls video games, the Daedric artifact Ebony Blade is based off on Stormbringer and grows stronger whenever its wielder kills friendly NPCs.
Yes, and the same with what was it called? Dragon Commander games? Is that the one? They had it in as well. They had Mornblade in it.
Well, I see D&D.
No, there was a Divinity. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Divinity games had Mornblade in it. I think it was Divinity.
Well, there's also Frostmourne from the Warcraft series. It kind of does the same thing. Yes, pretty much. It's taken from that same bit, because this book was written way back, like in the, don't know, 60s, 70s or something. I think it's 70s.
Anyways,
I think
1961 novel, apparently. I think it was.
There you go. Okay. So going to talk about Bethesda, right? What do you guys think about them not giving review copies to people now?
It's a low fucking blow and a dick move.
Okay.
Because it's a bit like saying, oh, we don't really have enough trust in our product that if we give it to reviewers, they're going to review it good. When, for fuck's sake, just give them a blowjob.
My feminist agenda. I don't know, I'm just...
Give them a fucking blowjob and then you're guaranteed to get good reviews.
Well, if I was them, right, and gamers are pissed off with the press, you're pretty pissed off with the press, because basically they say your game's all fucking homophobic or sex against women and all that pish. I wouldn't fucking give them the fucking game either.
Yeah, but blacklisting certain sites is not the same as completely just rejecting review codes for all review sites.
Oh, yeah, but fuck them.
So we don't really have enough faith in our products to actually put it out there in the wild.
Yeah, but what benefit?
Quite often frequent that just mostly does roundups and crap called News Seeker.
What benefit?
They're incredibly fucking neutral on almost all points. And saying,
what benefit does
a review code because of other people are dickbags? It's just stupid.
No, right. But what? What advantage have they got? Sorry, I was giving someone else the link, and I get confused. Forget what I'm talking about. What advantage is it for Bethesda to do that? To give them free copies of games?
The fact that they're removing some privileges to see the game for some areas, just that, like in general, leads suspicion amongst fans.
I know, but like, right. So before, the only way to like get known that your game was coming out. Hang on, right?
Think about that. That's pretty much what they're going to plan on going around.
Yeah, well,
marketing based on hype is not good. It's bad
don't buy it then.
Look, and basically it'll fuck you over.
How exciting.
Review codes are still mostly given out to people.
No, I know why it's bad, right? I know, right? But just wait until it comes out. After a week, you will find out if it's shit or not, right? The reviewers will buy it, and then you can find out. Just stop being impatient and stop going for the hype. I mean...
You're forgetting most people are fucking idiots.
Well, that's their problem.
Yeah, it's their problem, but it's bringing down everybody.
Well, no, I just... Look, I don't see the advantage in Bethesda, or anyone else for that matter, giving reviewers review copies. Like, I used to see the advantage, because before, the only way you could get the news out there was to give it to magazines that would publish and review games, right? But nowadays, there's no point.
It's because of hype, all of it. They want to create hype because hype spreads the game to people who may not even have heard about the game, and that creates money.
Right, and that's why games journalists were a thing back in the day, because it was to get the news out there. Nowadays, why would I do that? I've not got an advantage as a publisher to do that. So I don't understand why I would do it. You know what I'm saying?
Kitty. Also, think about it this way. Instead of having everybody get review codes, which normally if they get a review code, there's also normally an embargo for the review, so that every single person that has the review code has time to actually play the game, think about what they're doing with the game, and write their review fairly without any a sort of huge rush. Now, without that, as soon as it's released, you get pretty much paid for being first, so you're going to get a metric fuck ton of low quality trash.
Right. No. I know. I know how it's bad for the consumer, but at the same time, I don't see why any company would want to do that. Like, at all. There's no advantage to it anymore. And with the amount of gamers that are pissed off with the press and don't trust the press, then what's the point?
You do see the advantage of creating hype to spread the game to people who may not have heard about the game, right? That's a pretty massive advantage.
But nowadays that doesn't matter.
Yeah, but most players aren't updated on the latest news from their favorite creators. Most people are just like, oh, these people talk about
like the outliers. For example, instead of people actually focusing on what Konami are doing, it's Kojima.
No, like, I see the whole, like, other reason for, but I'm talking specifically about early review codes. Like, they can still go to them and go, yeah, we've got this new game coming out here, look, right? But I'm talking about giving them early review code. I don't see the advantage of them doing it.
Well, if they have an early review version that they know will impress the press and create massive hype, then that isn't the matches to leak out. Because if you get that out to people, then that will spread amongst the people. I don't see why this wouldn't create massive revenue.
Well, no, but they're still doing that. They're still giving, they're still letting YouTubers and stuff get it. It's just the game journalists aren't getting it.
Yeah, but like, for example,
so it's the same thing. They've just cut off. They've just cut off the shit tier journalists. That's it.
For example, the totally realistic battle simulator. I fucking want that game. I've never seen anyone write about it, but I've seen YouTubers play it.
Exactly, and that's what they've done. So I don't see why everyone's up in arms saying, "Oh, you fucked up, you fucked everyone." They haven't. They're just saying, "Nah, we're not giving you fucking review copies to shit tier journalists."
You remember what the entire controversy with Be Candid and the
Oh yeah, I know that can happen. It could quite
easily be the fact that behind the scenes people.
But that can also happen with
these codes that are completely anti-consumer as well.
But that happened with Giant.
A lot worse.
That happened with who was it? The guy that used to work He's Giant Bob now, but he used to work for someone else, and it was Keenan Lynch. And they were going to pull adverts because he gave the game a shit review. I mean, so it works anyway. They've already got that happening. So it doesn't. My point is, I don't think it actually changes much, apart from shitty journalists not getting the game anymore, which is an advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, the people that are now getting the codes are going to slowly and surely get shittier too.
Maybe not. And it makes me trust them more if they're paying for the game too. Just saying. Because then they might take that into account. Oh man, this was $60. You know what I mean? I've fucking paid $60 for this piece of shit.
This was my week's allowance.
Exactly. Yeah. Well.
It's a joke.
Yeah. Well, everyone's got a budget, right? So maybe be your week's allowance for buying games or stuff that you want, right? Everyone's got a budget. Like, no one can go on buying all the games that come out this week.
Well, some people can do that.
Yeah, but they're fucking faggots.
Out right away, and it's not nowhere near a summer or winter sale, you're nuts.
Yeah. Unless you really also, like the game.
I just done that, but the reason I done it was because there was a game that I was purposefully waiting for my money to save for. Game Floor 2, if you want to know. And it's only ever normally gone on sale for 33%. Halloween sale came, it's 33%, and I was able to get the game and 2 other games for a lot less than normal.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if the Pokemon game I bought would ever go on sale. I don't really care. I had to pre-order that crap.
No, Pokemon Go doesn't go on sale.
Not Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go.
It's not a PC game. It's not a PC game. It's the PC games that go on sale. Consoles never
I
happen.
pre-ordered Moon. I have to have it.
Also, it'd be Sun and Moon. Why wouldn't it be Sun and Moon?
Well, you could always buy it when someone gets disappointed with the game and sell it for free on eBay.
No, wait, what? No, it's part of my collection now. I have every one since the freaking beginning. It goes over into my collection.
I also have every one of them, but I just buy them much later than everyone else.
No,
I can't let something be. I have to buy something right away.
No,
Pokemon games. I can't wait. What?
Pokemon trading card games on the Game Boy Advance.
I forgot to do that. There, it's up now.
Actually, I meant every Pokemon game for the freaking DS through the line, the colors, the color things.
So you don't have the Game Boy one. You're missing out.
You don't have Game Boy.
You don't even have Pokemon Yellow.
Wow.
I have Pokemon Yellow.
Shame.
I have Pokemon Yellow since I have Pokemon. I don't have Pokemon Blue there. I have Pokemon
Have you got
Red,
the first one?
Yellow.
You casual. The only one that I'm actually missing from the lineup is the Japan exclusive Pokemon trading card game 2, and also Ruby, I think it was.
You guys have the bootlegs though.
I'm not interested.
No, but I've seen other people play the bootleg Pokemon games. It's
so
hilarious.
Have you got the first one?
The first Pokemon games?
Yeah.
Yeah, Blue and Red were the first to come out. I have Red.
False.
No,
it was actually
Green is the first one.
Red and Green. What do you think when they released them? It was Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Pokemon Blue was the redone version of
Green never came out in America though. I was a kid.
I'm pretty sure the first one was on the first Game Boy, was it not?
Yep.
First one was First one was Game Boy. Then there was Gold, Silver, Crystal, which was on.
Red and Blue wasn't the first ones. Red and Blue definitely were not the first ones.
They were.
Green and Red.
The only one that wasn't actually the first one there is Blue, but that's the international version of Green.
Right.
So
I can't remember. I remember being
Red and Pokemon Green.
I remember it just being on the Game Boy.
Who released to the West, as well as Pokemon Yellow.
I'm
then
like
we had Pokemon Gold, Silver, and then the Crystal version. And then after that we had Fire Red, Leaf Green, before that we had trading card game, then Fire Red, Leaf Green, as well as Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
Was it released?
Trading card game 2.
Was it released at the same time as the Game Boy Color? The first Pokemon. The first Pokemon game.
The first Pokemon came out on the little friggin' where it was like that weird green tone.
Yeah, Game Boy.
The first Game Boy.
Not the colors.
Right, and the Game Boy Color must have came out.
Is, if you had a Game Boy Advance and a Game Boy Advance SP, if you actually held down one of the directional buttons as well as L or R.
No. I remember.
Really?
I remember the Game Boy Color had a package with a Pokemon game, and I was thinking that was Pokemon Red and Blue.
That would be silver or gold. Possibly crystal.
Yeah.
Right.
Those ones came out for the color.
Because I was never interested in Pokemon, so I'm just thinking back, and I can remember the Game Boy Color used to come with a Pokemon game, and I always thought it was the blue one.
I don't know if I still had, but there was a trading card game for Pokemon. I don't know if it was. Maybe it was released for the Game Boy Color. I remember playing it, but I don't know if I have that anymore.
I never had Game Boy.
The Ormo Pokemon Tournament is the best in the series.
I just remember having one card game for one of the Game Boys, and I can't remember exactly.
The only Game Boy.
That was the PS1.
The only Game Boy I've ever had
on the Game Boy Advance.
I did have a Pokemon
DX.
game on like the
XL.
the GameCube or something though, or no, maybe it wasn't the GameCube. What was it?
Yeah, it would have been GameCube. It was like it would either be the N64, which would have been Pokemon Colosseum, or
that was it. It was
the one for the GameCube, which was the
Pokemon
Shadow of Darkness, I think.
No, it was. I had the Colosseum one.
Colosseum is on GameCube.
No.
Yeah, Colosseum was that. That was the one I was thinking of. But there was also the Battle Royale style one where it was literally just Pokemon battles, which was
and then there's Stadium 1 and 2.
I don't know. You know what? I had like friggin' 3 different systems as a kid. I played it on something.
As I was going to say, the only like handheld. Well, actually, it's the only handheld Nintendo console I've actually got that I ever bought is the DX XL. My brother did have a Game Boy Color, and my mate had a Game Boy, but I never had one. I wasn't really interested that much.
One Game Boy Color.
My mom bought a Game Boy for me.
We had 2 Game Boy Advances. We've got one limited edition Game Boy Advance SP, which came with the Legend of Zelda Minish Cap.
It's the one with the good
5 DSs. I know, man. We have 5 DSs. 2 DS Lights. About 2 DSIs.
Hang on.
Another
like,
DSi XL.
One at a time.
1 3DS. 1 new 3DS.
King, this is important.
Already said that one, Mark.
The backlight, is it the good backlight or the bad backlight?
It would actually be front light. That's what the original Game Boy Advance SP had, and that's what the limited edition one has.
Okay, so it's the shitty backlight.
Backlight, it's a front light.
Yeah, because the newest SP has a much better backlight, which
Yeah, the updated one does, but the one I have was limited to 25,000. So yeah.
So it's worth it.
My current one has a bus battery in it. But I can get a battery for £3, and then that goes from about 10 for scrap to about 100.
Yeah, the only really handhelds that I was really fucking interested in was the Vita, and it was the PSP and the Vita, the Sony ones, because they had so much good hardware in them. They had with Nintendo.
My mom had the PSP.
Stuff like that, though.
It's fucking retarded. Like, I fucking hate
kids
Nintendo.
Wanted nothing to do with the PSP. Like, we wanted our like Game Boys and everything, and my mom got herself a PSP.
PSPs are awesome, but it's a shame fucking Sony stumped them. They've done it twice. Both of the fucking consoles are awesome handhelds, hardware-wise. And
Sony portable consoles. If you include the cartridge if you could include the memory card only version of the PSP, which I think was PSP Go.
Yes.
There was the PSP.
It wasn't it was a memory card that you downloaded.
We also had the Sony Ericsson Xperia Play, which I owned.
Yep.
And then we've also had the PS Vita.
Sony, man. Sony need to get their fucking head out their ass. Because, like, honestly, they could have smashed Nintendo if they had just put out fucking proper games for their system and not just dumped it.
Already smashed Nintendo, and that's emulation.
Oh, yes.
You can get PPSSPP, which is fucking godly.
I know.
PSP emulator.
I know. That's why I've still got a hold of my. That's why I've still got a hold of my PSP. That's all I have on it. It's full of emulations from my ZX
even on PC, if you get the emulator for a PSP on PC, the best one is PPSSPP.
Yeah, but why would I do that?
You don't actually have to get the BIOS.
But why would I do that?
Have a BIOS code into it as well. So
why would I do that? I've got a PC. I can play whatever fucking game I want. Like, why would I emulate a PSP game? I've got a PSP that's fully
variations of those games that only
listen.
Games that don't exist on PC. For example,
listen. I've got a PSP that's fully hacked.
Dante's Inferno doesn't exist on PC.
Yes, but I've got a PSP that's fully hacked. I can just put it on there. I can put whatever the fuck I want on it, and I can handheld it. I can use it anywhere. Right?
Oh my god, it's been so long since I've actually heard anything to do with the Gmod Idiot Box. Oh wow.
And the Vita is now being sort of cracked, so I'm just waiting. I'm just sitting waiting because that is going to turn that machine into something that will actually fucking pick up again.
Okay, so Aerith, since you usually don't read the chat, could you drop me the link to the YouTube? Oh wait, no, someone else did it. Never mind.
I am reading the chat.
I'm just gonna call you out on it.
Yeah, the kitty does actually read the chat, but
yeah, I am reading the chat, but I didn't read it properly.
Read the chat in the Hangout so we can get the link out.
Yeah, I was.
I put the link there. They're like, look, I linked it. I said yes to Twilight's question, and then I linked to the YouTube.
By the way, I think God's first testicle said something.
He did.
Yeah. Why don't you invite him on?
Well, if you come on and can DM.
He's got a DM Warren.
Yeah, he's just DM me on Twitter. It's open.
I see.
GPF_Mornblade. Yeah. If someone's in the chat on the YouTube, they can type that in. Maybe. But anyway, YouTube's going because it's we usually only do half an hour on YouTube just to bring viewers or people to the radio show. That's usually the way it works. And then we don't get copyrighted and shit if we want to do music or play something or
be awesome
any
and
of
not
that shit. Yeah, that's basically. So if you're viewing it on the YouTubes, head over at aerithradio.co.uk. It should be on the screen thing. If you go there and hit the play button, we'll be on there. That's the way it works. There is chat on there as well, so if you want to go to the chat bit, that works too. And I'll actually be looking at that one because I just find YouTube chat cancer, so I don't use it.
Well, it's not as bad as Twitch chat.
Well,
Twitch look, A cancer. You can guarantee yourself that.
Look, it's hard to have all these screens up and know what I'm doing, and have another screen up that's just YouTube chat when it's full of cancer. Just like no, but I will have the website chat up. So there you go. Easier to cope with that, I find anyway. Don't know about you guys, but so if everyone wants to show their shit before or say who you are and what you do or any of that, say it before we stop the YouTube broadcast because, well, because
I throw shit on YouTube and that's pretty much all.
What's your YouTube channel?
Skeptical Llama.
And I'm King Emocut. My YouTube channel is also King Emocut. My Twitch channel, which I'll be more active in a lot now, is King Emocut as well. If you're lucky, you might be able to get at me via Twitter, which is also King Emocut. So yeah.
Original.
10 out of 10 would be original again.
Parrot guy.
Yeah. It's just Chairview on YouTube, Chairview on Twitter. Yeah, I make anti-SJW videos, and that's pretty much it.
You make Canadian videos too. I saw your Canadian video today.
Yeah.
And everyone knows Twilight and Unvarnished already, but you can say if you want.
Well, I have a YouTube channel which is I have nothing to shill.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm at Unvarnished on Twitter. I'm at Unvarnished Void on Twitter. Unvarnished Void for YouTube. And I'm not uploading any new videos until after Christmas, but you can watch my videos I do have on there if you want.
She spent an hour answering anti-SJW, anti-feminine.
Yeah, I've not seen
it. You spent an hour.
Yeah, it was questions for like anti-SJWs.
Yeah, there you go.
And it was like 1/3 of the questions was asking me about skulls.
Seriously, what is up with skulls?
Oh, I know what that is. That's most likely either shit to do with Mundane Matt or the fact that there's the SJW to Skellington.
Okay, so I'm going to stop the YouTube broadcast. So if anyone, listeners, go to aerithradio.co.uk and press the play button. We're on there live after we shut down the Hangout. Not the Hangout, the YouTube broadcast. Because we broadcast them both at the same time, and then we shut off YouTube. So aerithradio.co.uk. We will catch you there.